course. So, but a lot of fun. Still watch him today, along with the Three Stooges, Abbott Costello. I love all that stuff.
Doug Masters, thank you so much for the compliment. We appreciate that. Doug Masters joining us. So you have the Marx Brothers. I'm going to kick it over to Dell. Your options are the Marx Brothers, Bill Russell and Bob Cousy, Randy Savage and DDP.
Now, this was a tough one for me. They're all good, obviously, as all of them have been. But I really enjoyed what Dallas and Savage did together. Had some great matches. Dallas, one of the hardest working guys I have ever been around, a guy that was totally dedicated to his profession. But I'm going to have to go with the Harpo and Groucho, the Marx Brothers as well. Unbelievable. Again, just great chemistry. And so funny, the facial expressions, the body language, the movements, the timing. It's just, it's comedy at its best.
It is. I think in terms of the pantheon of great comics, they're number one. And of course, it's all opinion-based, but I mean, the Marx Brothers, they have to be on top of that list. They're on the Mount Rushmore.
Groucho's comments, Harpo not having to say
so
a word
quick
with his little horn.
Yeah, never said a word.
But Groucho was so quick. So witty. Guys, I want to bring this up too. Cousy and Bill Russell, they started the fast break. Now, Bill Russell didn't have to score 20 points a game. He grabbed a rebound, give it to Bob Cousy, and they were engineered by Red Auerbach's fast break offense. First began with the Boston Celtics. One thing a lot of people say is that, is Bill Russell, was he really that good? They only played against 8 teams. There weren't a lot of teams back then. Well, if you use your brain, you'll realize there were still 82 games. Do the math. If Will Chamberlain played in the East Coast, and so did Bill Russell, that means that Bill Russell had to meet Will Chamberlain 37 times in the regular season. That means he had to go against Will Chamberlain about 20 times in the playoffs. Because back then, there weren't just one series you had to get through. You had to go through 2 before you even made it to the next round. There was a round robin. So for Bill Russell to have to go through the greatest center, offensively and defensively, of that era, speaks volumes to me, because you can only consider yourself great if you can play against competition that's equally as good as you are.
True.
That's how good Bill Russell was.
Absolutely.
Harper from J. Mark Fleetwood. Yeah, I have a basketball bias when it comes to the old school. Right now, speaking of basketball bias, Del Wilkes brought up a man who was a nightmare in the post, like Kevin McHale. This guy had a lot of moves, more moves than Jack in the Box, but there's another guy that I think even topped him. Our trio of options to finish this up, in terms of better chemistry, are Hakeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler, Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis, or the Patriot Del Wilkes and Marcus Bagwell.
If you had said the Patriot Del Wilkes and David Holliday, that would have been an easy one, but you didn't go there. So I'm going to go with.
Hey, this is a young relationship, friendship. So don't get overboard just yet, okay, buddy?
Wait.
You know what I'm saying?
It's magical. You got to admit. I mean,
it's good.
We're going places, Del.
Yeah, we are. It's good.
We're going places. All right. Oh.
Well, Dave, you got the little Buff Bagwell goatee thing going on, but go ahead.
I'm going to go with Del. I'm sorry. Again, if I was in there, you would have been my vote. But Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin.
It's good stuff.
Good stuff. The swab.
Yeah, before Jerry Lewis got on Dean Martin's nerves and they broke up.
Yep, they did, but they were good together.
They
were fantastic together. Jerry Lewis, man, I would just laugh. That was some of my earliest memories of hearing my dad laugh, was watching those guys. So, yeah.
For nostalgic reasons, of course, but also their chemistry was amazing. That's the name of this game, guys and gals, better chemistry. And I brought this up, too. One of my favorite underrated Western performances was Dean Martin in Rio Bravo. Love him in that movie.
Awesome
Incredible
movie. Yes, absolutely. And what a cool cat he was, man. A great voice. Loved the Dean Martin show when I was a kid watching that. A talented guy. I can listen to Dean anytime.
Now, you guys and gals need to bust out your Google machine, because you probably won't have any idea what I'm bringing up. But on my VHS player, I still have the Dean Martin roasts, and I love those.
Love those.
Those are incredible.
Yeah.
We'll kick it over to Del. Hakeem Olajuwon. I mean, it's pretty much, I think it might be Dean and Lewis, but Hakeem Olajuwon, Clyde Drexler, and, of course, I don't know if you're going to go with yourself and Marcus. Let's see. Patriot Del Wilkes and Marcus Bagwell.
Dean Martin from Steubenville, Ohio. Well, since today is Marcus's birthday, I reached out and wished him a happy birthday. He responded back. One of the best friends I've ever had, period, in and out of the wrestling business. A guy I have deep love and admiration for. He's my buddy, and it's Bagwell and the Patriot. I tell you, man, on the road,
Georgia native, I believe. Marcus Bagwell?
Yes, at Georgia, where he went to high school, and right outside of Atlanta. You couldn't have a better friend on the road. We were tag team partners. Obviously, we did everything together, worked out together, ate together. We traveled together. We had Sting travel with us a good bit. We had Savage travel with us a good bit. But Marcus never forgot a city. He was GPS before there was GPS. I'm telling you, this dude, once we had been in the city one time, he never forgot how to get back to the tanning bed, to the gym, to the hotel we stayed at. The boys are creatures of habits. When you're in Jacksonville, you're in Atlanta, you're in Birmingham, you're in Detroit, you stay at the same place, you work out at the same, you eat at the same restaurants, and Marcus never forgot. He always, unbelievable, a good guy.
Pretty advantageous on the road to be able to have, I mean, in all honesty. And the fact that you're saying also, coupled with the fact that he's a great human being, doesn't get better than that. You did mention the fact that we're creatures of habit, need to have the same meals on the road. You're also saying that he's from Georgia. I can link those two worlds together. Georgia was someone that I knew, and David Holliday did as well. Georgia and I would have a lot of good meals. Unfortunately for her, I'd finish up, and she never would. I'm talking about my old history professor teacher. Jerry Lewis, hey ladies, Lewis and Martin, great era, absolutely. Wilkes and Bagwell, of course. Guys and gals, that was our last trio of options that we had for a brand new game that we played now called Better Chemistry. I enjoyed it. I know you guys and gals did as well, David and Dell. Guys and gals, we are going to be back tomorrow with a preview and review show, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, but every Sunday, Unmasking the Truth is going to do just that with you. A brand new segment, Unmasking Your Hero. Every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. David Holliday, before I read over a quote for Del Wilkes, the floor is yours.
Glad to be back on Unmasking the Truth. I missed it. I always look forward to this show. Gives me a chance to talk sports and hang out with good friends. Avi, I'll see you throughout the week. Dell, you take care. Pay attention to what's going on. I might need your back soon. My trial's coming up this Saturday. I need all the support I can get. So please, people, viewers, you know what your job is to do. Find me not guilty. So we can move forward as a family and get some good content finally on the green room. You guys have a wonderful night.
David, I'm sorry for pulling this up, but guys, it's official. Just to give you the dates, David won't need help because we all know he's going to be found not guilty. This is it, the trial of David Holliday. Look at that mug. Scrolling down, you get the dates over here. This Saturday night, January 16th, the pretrial, selecting the jurors. And you know what that means, guys and gals? Come on down. Anyone that wants to show up and actually be pre-screened by the defense and the prosecution will get a chance to show up on our show this Saturday as we will meet the jury January 23rd, meet the attorneys and opening statements, and of course January 30th. Look at this. It all comes down to this. What a loaded show. We have the witnesses taking the stand, closing arguments, the verdict, and possible sentencing, although when we do have sentencing, I don't think it's going to really be anything other than coronating David Holliday for officially the man who will host the green room. We have prosecuting attorneys Mario Mancini, Jamie Sparling, Casey will be there as well. Defense attorney, some guy named Abraham Clean, and somebody else will be on that team as well. David is being charged with angering the entire pro wrestling community, insulting and denigrating legendary pro wrestlers, and conspiracy to commit assault in the first degree against Howard Collado. Presiding judge, Duke the Dumpster Mike Drosy.
Wow. David. I'm going to pray for you, my friend.
Please do. But you know what? I'm not going to sweat it. The viewers make the decision. My people, my family. It's going to be okay. So you guys make sure you do tune in. And you know what you got to have with you. Got to have your popcorn and soda pop because I'm going to be having mine. I'm going to be back there sipping and snacking away. I'm not worried. We'll see you guys soon. We'll see you guys Saturday, 11 o'clock Eastern Time.
Absolutely. David's got nothing to worry about. And every time we're here on Unmasking the Truth, we have nothing to worry about because we delve into the truth. We have a great time. It's a great community. You guys are friends and family. We appreciate what we've built together. A great show tonight from Ed. Thank you so much for those comments. From JC as well. Thank you. Have a great week, Dell. Enjoyed as usual, Dell. Thank you for being there, Tammy. Guys, I got a quote that I want to read for Dell Wilkes, and the floor will be his own solo. Clergyman Peter Marshall said, "May we think of freedom not as the right to do as we please, but as the opportunity to do what is right." I agree wholeheartedly. Freedom has a certain amount of responsibility attached to it. We should always be held accountable for our actions. Let us never waver from what's right simply because we have the power to do so. A man that has provided plenty of moral lessons through his power of speech sits before me. He's a man of honor, tradition, and has a value system that we can all call truth. We can admire that as well. He also so happens to be a friend and a brother and the host of this show, and his name is Dell Wilkes, and I keep saying this and I will ad nauseum. What he stands for is something that speaks to me, and it speaks to the masses, and knowing a guy like Dell makes you a better person. So Dell, the floor is yours solo.
Thank you, Avi, and I appreciate those kind words. You're a guy that has the same traits as well, and I have great respect for you and everything you do here for all of these podcasts. And folks, I thank you for being with us again tonight, every Sunday night. Thank you for everything you do with WWAB, everything you do for WWAB. We've become a family. I look forward to this every Sunday night. Enjoy the time that we spend together. We have a good time. We talk about serious topics. We talk about current events, but we do so respectfully without putting anyone down. And the good thing about it is we all come together, and regardless of pigmentation, regardless of political beliefs, regardless of policy beliefs, we come together and have a good time and just enjoy these conversations. And I thank you for being such a big part of it. Hope you have a great week. I wish you safety, wellness, and we'll get back together next Sunday night at 8 o'clock for the next episode of Unmasking the Truth. Have a good night. Have a great week.